What? It's just a Meg. It's fine.
Yeah, it's just me.
It,
Just me today. I'm here to talk about Seekers. Sorry, AJ.
that's fine. I'll get my coat. I'll go to the pub. That's fine. You can talk about this machine translated nightmare.
Yeah, I will. I'll talk about how bizarre what all of it is. Where are you? Are you hiding?
I'm down here
Oh, there
apparently.
you are. What were you doing under there?
Get out of my chair, please. Stupid AI. No. No.
There we go.
Back in your place.
Even pre-recorded, we can't fix it.
It's because it doesn't understand load it to go with the first one opened and then the second one. Even though they're both labeled differently, it still looks, when the scene changes, it still looks for whichever one is active.
Yeah.
It doesn't look for a background one.
Yeah, it's weird.
Even though they're both active and should load in at the same time, like it should be able to detect, oh, this one's using this one, so this one should use this one. But
Yeah,
no.
the source is there, it should work.
Yeah.
But anyway.
So, welcome to a non-live mini-sode of the Cochrane podcast, where we are looking at Digimon Seekers Chapter 1, The Wolf of Wall Street. Wait, no. The Wolf of 9th Avenue? Something like that?
I've already forgotten. The Wolf of 9th Avenue, yeah.
Yeah, The Wolf of the 9th Avenue. So we're not going to read it. We might reference a few lines here and there, but
the badly translated ones.
Yeah. I know a few other content creators are just outright reading it, and honestly, I don't trust reading. Like, I wanted to because I thought it could be fun because the chapter is so short.
Copyright says otherwise.
Yeah, and you just like, you never know how willing a company is to, or maybe not, enforce a thing.
Yeah.
Like, it could be one of these things where it's just there because it has to be, but at the same time they don't want people like us being the alternative to visiting their website and giving them traffic.
Yeah, this is true.
You know, or taking away from Gamamon's VA doing the reading.
Yeah.
I mean, not many of us, you know, gaijin would be doing that, but I don't know. You know, like, Japan's weird with fair use and law.
They don't really have fair use, do they?
No, they don't have a concept of it.
Yeah.
As we understand it.
Yeah. In a legal sense.
Yeah. But I don't know. It's one of those things where I am 90% sure it will be fine, but I don't have enough faith in that 10% not to happen. I don't know.
Yeah.
So we're just going to talk about it. Like, again, as I said, like, it's machine translated, so all of their boasting about how it would be in English and it would be in, you know, simplified Chinese, and it would be those statements are technically correct. Only technically correct. I feel like you're probably better off waiting on like a fan translation, because I feel like fans will do it better than a machine.
Oh, anything is better than this, really.
So
it's not too bad, but
no, like, it's like,
I can't imagine the Chinese is very good if versus the English.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I don't know enough about the languages to know if, like, machine learning would just go, oh, well, this is rooted from this because the languages have You know,
Mm.
they've built up, you know, they've effectively both built off the same source material.
Yeah.
Um, but like it's a 5 or 6 minute read with that is like it doesn't you're not gonna want that time of your day back, but it's still why was no effort actually put into a proper translation
Yeah, like the machine does the bulk of the work. They could have just got someone in to
to
fix
tidy
it
it
up a
up?
bit. Yeah.
Yeah,
They didn't even need a full on translator, just, you know, someone who speaks English to go, oh, that's a bit weird.
yeah. Like there's a couple of phrases like we'll get into it like um so it starts off with a description about wireframe Tyrannosaurus Rexes.
Yeah, no, I'm assuming they mean like the hologram ghost kind of wireframe
Yeah,
style. That's what I would imagine it as. Because, you know, they have like lines and stuff going through them.
yeah,
I'd
like,
imagine that's what that means.
but like it's telling you about like the Cretaceous period and like a wireframe T Rex runs, a
Mm.
Tyrannosaurus Rex, a carnivorous reptile that reigned over the land of the Cretaceous period about 67 million years ago. The largest was 13 meters long and weighed 9 tons.
Mm.
It's a dinosaur,
Yeah.
but it's a bit different from the fossil based scientists' imagings. It is much
Imaginings.
imaginings, even, yeah. It is much smaller than the T Rex, and yet its forelegs are remarkably developed, and its 3 claws are sharp enough to crunch the flesh of its prey. Like it's a very descriptive. I mean, I suppose like for a novel, you're gonna have to try and be like when we get to Cargo Dramon in this,
Yeah.
I really like it's gonna be just a paragraph on its own,
Yeah.
isn't it?
It's a
Like
helicopter, but bones on the side of it and
a
this.
knife for a chin.
Yeah. I don't know how it's gonna describe him, but it's gonna probably be hilarious.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like are they? It sounds like they're describing a dinosaur, someone who's never seen a dinosaur.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, a little
Yeah.
bit.
You know. So anyway, like it starts off with these three Tyrannomon, and they're in a subway tunnel, and they're hunting their prey, and then it just like, and then you get like a little Digimon analyzer thing where it's like Tyrannomon, mature, dinosaur type, data species, um, and then it like tells you about like its wireframe 3D body being covered in skin textures and mapped to bring about additional textures. And that even reads weird.
Yeah, it does. It
It's
sounds like they're materializing in front of whoever's looking at it,
yeah,
but we know. I don't know. It's because it's a descriptive thing for the reader. We know nobody's looking at it. I don't.
yeah.
I don't know.
So they were herding together, one chasing prey, one stalking, one waiting. Um, their their prey is trapped and they drive it deeper and deeper into the tunnel, and it's like it honestly it reads like this doesn't read like a novel so much as it reads like a script.
Yeah, definitely. Like it almost should have brackets going enter
Yeah,
Tyrannomon,
yeah. Which
claws in darkness.
yeah,
Yeah,
which
like
does make me think I'm really hedging myths. Like we watched that trailer
mm,
for this chapter. Like they put out like a trailer that was like a minute and 40 seconds. Um and I really think they wanted this to be a web series instead of a full-on anime. I think
mm,
like that sort of blend of CGI and live action that
yeah.
they have going on in the trailers, but the budget wasn't there for it.
It's weird. So much effort has gone into the trailers.
Yeah,
It almost feels kind of
like
pointless
the
for a web
trailers are in
for a
English with Japanese and Chinese subtitles
yeah.
rather than the other way around.
Yeah, it's odd.
Like there's it's like you would expect it to be in Japanese with like English subs.
The dubbing is awful
Oh,
as
the
well.
dubbing is so 90s
Like that bit at the where he's in the thing and it says Digivolution on the screen,
yeah.
and you can see the actor is like, oh, you know,
Yeah, he's
like
really
excited, like,
passionate and excited
and it's
and
like Shenmue was dubbed over it, like,
yeah.
I really want my life to change.
Yeah. Oh, it's such like the like the voice direction. It certainly needs a bit of work. But and I fully would like to believe that if this was getting a like if this was going to be a web series, there would be a bit more effort put behind that.
Mm.
But I can understand like the CG efforts, hiring actors, hiring dubbers, script writers, translators. Well, they just threw it into Google. Actually,
Yeah.
no. Well, that might not even be true because you read the machine translated version and
Then I put it into Google as well.
yeah,
And it came out differently. Some of it worked a bit better,
yeah.
and then other parts were worse. So if we combine the two machine translations, we might have a readable paragraph.
We might have something there, yeah. So what? So these Tyrannomon are hunting and and it seems like they don't know what a subway train is, which
It's a subway.
yeah.
That's all it says. It's a subway.
Yeah, it doesn't even say train or anything, it's just it's a subway. Eat fresh. Well, this is Splatfest weekend, so stay fresh. And then so it talks about a wireframe train.
So is that also like digital looking?
Yeah, like there's no real context for this here. Like, is it an actual train? Is it a trailmon? It just says a wireframe train. All that and then and this is where the machine translation gets a bit dodgy as well, because it's like a wireframe train. All that the Tyrannomon dodging the train can see. Oh, okay.
Can see is Vermilion. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it works, but there's too many comments in that.
Yeah.
It's all over the place.
On the destination display, there's a mysterious string of characters that look familiar, but it's an unknown language.
Yeah, see, I think that is, well, it's probably Japanese or English in our case.
Yeah.
And
but I think it's going to be Digimon writing.
No, what I think is the Tyrannomon are looking at it and they don't recognize it, so it's not Digimon writing.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean, because it's familiar to the reader, but not. Or see, that my interpretation of that was that this string of characters, it's Digimon writing, but it's because Digimon writing is based on Japanese originally. They're saying Japanese and they're like, this looks familiar, but it's wrong.
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. I think the Tyrannomon, because they're the ones who can see the Vermilion on the train.
Yeah.
I think they're seeing the writing and it's Japanese, or in our case, it would be English.
Yeah.
And if it's Japanese, it looks like the Digimon writing, like you just said. So that's what they're looking at it going, that's not right.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, cool. So we have the same train of thought there. Sorry.
Yeah.
I thought you were saying it the other way. Yeah. The wireframe train of thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought you were saying it the other way.
No, it's the same way. Yeah.
Yeah, and then like they end up in a city, and the three Tyrannomon resume their chase after their escaping prey. They turn off at a branch in the tunnel and go deeper. So are they in a city or are they in a tunnel?
It feels like they're in subway tunnel. It feels to me like they were in the digital world, right? And kind of glitched into a subway tunnel. And now they're down in the sewers.
Yeah, okay.
Because parts of subways, like there's little doors and stuff you can go down, and you go down one way and you end up in the sewers.
Yeah,
that kind of way, because they're all connected down there.
Oh yeah, like
for like workers and stuff.
Workers and maintenance and things like that. Yeah.
I feel like they have glitched in from the digital world, because the wireframe stuff, it's like the train wasn't fully there, but now they're in the tunnel.
Yeah.
Sure. It's a little hard to read.
Yeah, it is. Then so the end of the road leads to a vast sewer system. And it's very dark, so they can't even see their fingers in the dark. But they're aware of their surroundings, I guess. Yeah, from the smell, they they say that, like they know what's what because of the stench of things.
Yeah, they're animals. They have different senses, I suppose.
Yeah. And then suddenly there's a tornado And the resulting whirlpool of water column, the resulting whirlpool of water column sends the Tyrannomon flying.
So something has attacked them.
Yeah.
We don't know what their prey is. That's the other thing. We don't know what they're chasing.
No, not yet. Anyway, like we do find out at the end of the chapter.
Yeah.
Because this is a, oh god, what's the term for it? When
They
you're
show you the ending instead of the beginning.
well, not even that, or you're seeing the story, you're coming into the story as it's already happening.
Flashbacks.
Yeah, there's an actual term for that.
Yeah.
Then so the Tyrannomon are fighting. There's a bunch, like there's grars and there's fushas and there's like sound effects. There's a pow back there, I think, and a splash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pow.
And then a follow-up shockwave from close range delivers a powerful but unexpected finishing blow. The Tyrannomon is silenced by its prey's counterattack, and the wound on its red skin, the noise, continues to spread.
Noise.
Yeah, I don't.
Is that kind of like when they get hurt and the data is
That's
like
what I was. Yeah,
it's not fizzling, but you know what I mean?
that's what I
Is
think
that
it means.
kind of like
yeah,
white noise.
White. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're chasing something. They see a train, and then whatever their prey is sort of gets the better of them.
Yeah.
And then we swap over to the real world, where we're introduced to Eiji, our protagonist, and he's in a diner or he's having food or whatever. The illustration actually shows like a Digimon Excel, which is an old kind of like VPET. But this is where the machine translation kind of has an oopsie.
Yeah.
Because I'll read this verbatim. A pop-up billboard, a 3D digital signage advertisement. A Kabuki-like store mascot with a strong Kabuki accent, wearing a black bear on its face, is advertising a new burger with 4 times more meat than any other burger on the market. I wonder if there are no good part-time jobs to be hard. And I'm like, oh, okay. I think that is meant to say had, not hard.
Yeah.
So I think what it means, what it wants to say is, why are there no good part-time jobs going? You know, or something to that.
That's basically what
like
the
why
other
is he not
translation said. Did I translate it here? No, that's the same one. Back to Japanese.
Yeah, it should be that one. All right. But even the store mascot, what I think it's meant to be is a black bear in Kabuki costume.
Yeah, like it's really hard to read it, but
a Kabuki-like store mascot with a strong Kabuki accent. Like, is this bear just going around going, oh, you know, cha-chung, you know, that theater thing?
Yeah.
That's almost like a trope in itself.
This is completely different to what I translated earlier.
Oh?
Aku's good Kabuki shop mascot with Kumadori makeup on his face is promoting a release of a new release of meat 4 times burger from the store with a squeaky roar on the road.
Can I see that?
That's not what it said earlier. Earlier, it made a very good sentence out of that. It described
good Kabuki shop mascot with Kumadori makeup.
So the way it translated it earlier was a bear mascot with Kabuki makeup on his face.
Yeah.
Which explains it a lot better than a Kabuki styled mascot with a black bear on its face.
Yeah.
So it's a bear in Kabuki makeup. And then the job one has translated to, I wonder if I don't speak good bites.
Nani the frick?
I don't know what's happened here.
So, like, is it meant to say? I wonder if there are any part time jobs to be had.
Yeah, I think he's.
Like, he's looking for work. I think
Yeah.
that's that's the he'll hunt of it. He's looking
If
for
there are
work.
any good part time jobs, yeah.
Yeah. So he's on the second floor of this Kabuki bear restaurant, and that's where the illustration comes in. So I
Yeah.
think we can do that without much trouble. So here, for our visual viewers, so this is himself in the restaurant. Not a Kabuki bear in sight, but you can
Hmm.
see the Digimon Excel on his tray. Um, so it also mentions he's on the social media website Grim.
Grim, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, accurate. Have you been on social media lately?
It is quite grim,
Mm.
isn't it?
So Grim is a pan-global communication tool. In addition to the basic short message, video chat, voice chat, video, and live streaming functions, there are various communities based on group channels. The total number of users is probably the highest among all the social networking sites. So it's all of them together and it's the best.
Yeah, basically.
Like it's Twitter and it's Facebook and it's WhatsApp and it's YouTube and it's the best. Um
And it's also
hmm?
it's also an awful cryptocurrency
Wow.
thing.
Yeah. So um apparently its most distinctive feature is that it also serves as a financial tool using the proprietary cryptocurrency DC, Digicoin, forming a single economic zone. However, it's also half illegal.
Yeah, only half.
Only half illegal. I don't like, how is crypto half illegal? What?
Yeah, like cryptocurrency in real life is legal, but if you're using it to pay for illegal things, it's illegal, I guess.
Yeah, like cryptocurrency itself is legal only because governments don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like once governments, this isn't me going on a soapbox rant,
Mm.
and I'm not going to throw around oh boomer, but once it stops being run by a certain generation that
Mm.
really don't understand the internet, and someone a bit and a government with a bit more of modernity steps in,
Mm.
the laws and such will be tightened around that,
Yeah.
because right now it is just kind of a free market that doesn't answer to anybody really. I mean, look at the NFT nonsense.
Yeah. So that's
um
kind of what it's talking about here.
yeah.
Like
um
it's half illegal because
like, the website itself is probably fine, but
it's the use of the
it
cryptocurrency, I'd say. That's
yeah,
the illegal bit.
yeah,
Yeah.
because it kind of goes on to
It's
say,
like if you were using your Twitch bits to pay for weapons or something,
yeah, I
Just
was
to
gonna say
simplify
it
it down,
does.
like.
Yeah, it does sort of like hint at or allude to the idea that it gets used kind of like for money laundering.
Mm.
So that, yeah, that would be the illegal part on
Yeah.
that. But Grim is a must for freelancers like AG who are looking to make money, as it serves as a venue for information gathering, private sales, and crowdsourcing.
It sounds a little bit like what's the name of the place in Cyber Sleuth?
Oh, Kowloon.
Is the whole thing
Oh,
called Kowloon?
Eden.
Eden. Yeah, it
Yeah,
sounds a
because
bit like
everyone
Eden. Yeah.
logs in to go to work, and
Yeah.
school is done through it, and
Yeah. Like it's not as much as that, but it does sound like it's that kind of thing. And then the Kowloon part is the half illegal part.
yeah, because that's all
The
the
hackers and
trash data and the
yeah.
hackers and things. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's actually a pretty good way of looking at it.
Yeah. Just when you read that part out there, I'm just like, oh yeah, it does kind of sound like that where everyone meets and gives information.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and business transactions happen, and
Yeah.
yeah. Um, yeah, so like so this social media conglomerate is effectively so big as it's its own republic
Mm.
on the internet, which, yeah, does sort of tie into Kamishiro and Eden and sort of the
Yeah.
the similarities are there.
It's kind of like the Oasis as well in
On Ready Player One.
yeah.
Yeah.
Except this one doesn't seem to be virtual so far as we know. He's sitting there on a smartphone.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, because so far we don't have the context that you can go in and walk around this place.
Yeah. All we have is a picture of a man on a cell phone.
Yeah. It does just seem to be like your networking is basically being done through its equivalent of like Facebook Marketplace or something.
Yeah.
Like we know from the trailers and such that there is a tangible world in there, but
yeah.
it does seem like you need a particular type of digivice to
get in there.
To get in there. So so that's where the Digimon linker comes into it. But what I do find hilarious is like it goes on to say like that the scale of the economy in Grimm is like so big that it now threatens the real world's major powers. And that's kind of what I was getting to before, where it's like governments in the world currently don't understand the internet. They pretend to.
Yeah.
But I mean, you look at how long was Zuckerberg on trial?
Yeah, or that TikTok one recently where they were asking if TikTok uses Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
As if that was a bad thing.
Yeah.
But it was really... It's just awful to watch. Because they don't get people in who understand this tech to ask these questions.
No.
Like, you could put your stupid questions to someone and they'll figure out what you're trying to ask, but...
Yeah.
They just put the people with no knowledge in asking about the technology, and it doesn't work.
Yeah.
So they're either afraid of it and don't understand.
They've never you can tell they've never interacted with the stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's that's why this seems to be a threat to the world's major powers as well now, because they also don't understand it.
Yeah. So, but and then once you have governments installed like in the next 10, 15 years who grew up on this stuff, and maybe crypto kicks off properly, maybe the NFT marketplace, if it wasn't bungled from the beginning, like you have like what you have your Dogecoin, you have your all that stuff, your Ethereum, what Ethereum,
Ethereum,
yeah.
You could tell we understand this stuff completely.
Yeah, no, we don't dabble in it, but we know, like I like to, but that's the other thing. There's like 50 different currencies now.
That's another problem with them as well. Yeah.
Like we have an ATM for it in the mall, in the shopping center, at like 10 minutes down the street. We have an ATM that you can make crypto transactions in, but I've never seen anybody use it.
No. Only to look at it and laugh at it. That's about it. Because it wants like 100,000 for like 0.1 of a Bitcoin or something.
Yeah. And that's the thing, right? So you've got so many of these cryptocurrencies now, where even forgetting like in the next couple of years, if we in the last couple of years, in the previous 10 or 15 years, when all this was burgeoning technology, you might have had people who could have built it up enough that it would be, well, like it. I don't think we'll ever get to the stage where Bitcoin is like Star Trek credits, but you already have people protesting about the government bringing your money online, so you can't have a bank account, and they divvy out your. And I was just like, no.
Yeah, like having your money, like going cashless, is not as scary as people make it up.
No.
Because they're like, oh, the government can put all these other sanctions in place on your money, but they can't just take your money.
No.
Like, that's not how it works.
I mean, most
people can protest that and get it overturned,
Yeah.
I
mean, most banks already charge you for taking your own money out of an ATM anyway.
Exactly. Look at me, I got hit with $50 worth of charges the other day.
Yeah. Because you dared to use an ATM.
Yeah. And that's only for quarter.
A quarter, yeah. So every 3 months your quarterly charges. Like,
how often do I go to an ATM? Like,
yeah.
What was that for?
Yeah.
Like, how much is it charging me to do online transactions?
Yeah.
Like,
so like if people didn't bungle this, or like you see with the NFT craze where like as soon as it popped off and people were like, "Oh, this is great. This is, it's so secure. It's this, it's that."
Mm.
And then how many reports over the last couple of years? This NFT place was looted. This person had their NFTs stolen. This, that,
Mm.
and sold. Like, didn't
Seth Green.
Seth Green? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. He
Like,
lost everything.
he lost everything on his one, and then bought it back for like, he lost everything trying to get it back.
Yeah.
Never mind, what he
Mm.
lost because he lost it with the TV show and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
But he lost everything trying to get it back.
Mm.
So if something like that was more mainstream or more accessible to the layperson, I could well see like crypto economy being a threat to, real money.
Yeah.
Right now a lot of people just look at it like monopoly money because that's what it sounds like.
Yeah.
So I could definitely like
It's like having a currency on another website, like a
yeah,
bit like bits or whatever you pay in a gacha game or something.
yeah,
It might as well be that to some people because
you can't
it doesn't translate into the real world.
no,
for
you
them.
can't take, and I'm saying for argument's sake here, right? Say for argument's sake we equate 1 Bitcoin to €1. You can't take 20 Bitcoin into Duns and go, here you go, lad.
Yeah.
Like they just laugh you out of the shop. We can't do anything with this. Get out of here.
Yeah, until you can actually use it tangibly.
Yeah.
Like in a store or like if you're a millionaire in Bitcoin, you're not a millionaire in the real world.
No, you're not.
In the real
No.
world, in the offline
In
world.
the offline world. Yeah, in the analog world.
Yeah, in the analog world, exactly. Analog man is not millionaire.
No. That reference.
But so people don't understand it that way.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know.
But like
it seems to be, well, in this world anyway, it seems to be more of a
yeah.
more understood at least.
It's not too far-fetched or unimaginable that eventually we'll be at a stage where cryptocurrency does threaten real world economy. Because if everyone's trading online, nobody's trading with brick and mortar banks. And then you have another you've another maybe couple of recessions, banks close down, they pull out of certain countries because the money's just not there anymore.
Yeah.
Like it's not too far-fetched to imagine we'll get here, but right now it's just
that's
like
why
no.
That's why it's a threat, because if you're crashing the banks, like you're crashing the real estate market.
Yeah.
How can you get a mortgage without a bank,
Exactly, yeah.
Or loans, or, businesses can't do business, Yeah. So it takes take a big while to get actually into the swing of that.
No, exactly, yeah. But then, so, like, it ran just a sort of, not to, like, jump completely out of whack here, right? But then it goes on, the hurdle for a breeder is a high one. So then it starts talking about, like, capturing programs, and this comes back to like your cyber sleuth comparison.
Yeah, because people used to, in that game, they would catch Digimon and
yeah,
them, didn't they?
Yeah, like they were programs for hacking. They weren't like sentient monsters that you partnered with, or there was no sort of bond or connection there. Except for like the select few, the chosen ones, if you will. So AG is a breeder? Is he like a Digimon breeder? Like, is that a thing? Like, is that a mistranslation?
I feel like, because it says, I guess, that capturing collectors. I feel like he is what's the word? Like a poacher, almost.
A poacher, okay.
Because he goes in and captures the Digimon, I guess.
Yeah.
And then brings them to collectors.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. And that's where this is where the machine translation gets a bit wonky as well. So it's completely possible to just misinterpret what this sentence is supposed to say.
Yeah.
But it goes on to say then, like, there's a Black Agumon that people have seen, and it's going for 100 million Digicoin.
Why is it always a Black Agumon? If they need
Um,
to have Agumon,
yeah,
he has to be in there.
he has to be in there somewhere. Um, so AG decides to try and capture this Black Agumon, and then we get told like Agumon is the name of a type of data created by code crackers like AG who frequent Grim, a network of undocumented workers.
So freelancers,
The
freelance
freelancers.
and hackers and stuff,
Yeah.
more so than undocumented workers. That sounds
Yeah,
yeah.
that sounds like an immigration thing.
Yeah, it's more of an illegal online job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like what are they like red hat and white hat hackers and things like that.
Yeah.
Mm. So he's a code cracker, and but again, there's that thing like Agumon is the name of a type of data.
Yeah.
So we've got those cyber sleuth allegories again, where it's like, oh, it's a program. Agumon Black must be an intact organism, so they want it alive.
Yeah. Without any noise.
Yeah. Then it doesn't get, it's not as descriptive as Tyrannomon's, but it just says the dinosaur shaped silhouette is accompanied by a description and a note about the recruitment. We get a bit of currency conversion. So 100 million Digicoin is more than 100 million yen. So again, that's talking about its impact on the real world. This cryptocurrency is becoming more stronger than real currency, and you know, of course, the world powers are going to be upset by that, and that makes that's where the illegalities come into things.
Yeah, because they can't tax it.
Oh yeah, and that's all it ever is. It's only illegal until they can tax it. Why marijuana was illegal for so long, because they couldn't.
Yeah.
You know, they and then some countries or states went, yeah, okay, but what if we just tax it? And then, oh yeah, this is fine. Do what you want.
Yeah.
Everything's illegal until the government makes money. Yeah. You know, so that so AG doesn't know what he'd do with 100 million yen. Probably live for 10 years without working. And then I have to look like, what is 100 million yen in euro? Because so let me go to yen here, and then 100 000 000, right? 100 million yen. That's 600. Right, so what?
700,000.
700,000 euro. I don't know if I could live for 10 years off 700,000 euro.
No.
No.
No. Maybe it's because, what year is this in?
20 XDX.
Yeah, so maybe
everything's dirt cheap.
Yeah, maybe it's a bit easier to live. Maybe the cost of living is not so high.
Maybe the cost of living isn't so high, but
or maybe it's because he's poor. He thinks it's a lot more money.
Maybe. So 700,000 euro over 10 years. I don't know. Yeah, that doesn't sound. I don't think we could. Yeah, live for 10 years without working. I mean,
not if you're paying rent.
Yeah, yeah. You still have rent and bills to pay. You can't, you know, unless you're coasting, you know. But however, so
most people are making fun of the post then.
Yeah,
because they don't believe in Black Agumon.
Basically, yeah. Grim is
they watched Ghost Game.
They watched Ghost Game. Oh God. R.I.P. Ghost Game. Rest in pepperoni. So yeah, so it goes on to say like Black Agumon is probably some kind of urban legend. 100 million isn't realistic, and
so brings it seems to be a lot more money than we think it is.
Yeah, so the currency, like, if it seems to be a lot more money in that if it's more than 100 million yen, maybe it's
could be double or triple that if it's
the worth could be
it could be more.
Hard to say, but it does go on to say that like if it were black, it wouldn't be an Agumon. I mean,
It's a shiny.
yeah, yeah. So they don't have that concept of color variance, which
Yeah.
is very interesting based on what happens later in the trailer in this novel.
Where all the oh no, never mind.
No.
I'm thinking of I'm thinking of the trailer where they all jump out of the helicopter.
Oh yeah, no, the Commandramon
Yeah.
jumping out of Cargomon, who looks amazing in 3D.
Yeah.
I love Cargomon. I don't like his name. I don't hate it, but I'm like, I'm not upset by it.
Yeah.
Like it's a name that makes sense for what he does, but
It sounds better than Coptermon.
yeah, or blow the hell out of you with missiles, mom.
Is there a missile mon?
There is a missile. There is a Missy-mon, yeah. Um. So he gets lost in thought, and then he realizes his Tyrannomon number 3 has been hurt.
Yeah. So we're jumping back then to what's going on.
Yeah.
They're kind of happening simultaneously, really.
Yeah, because like the next line then is like a group of high school students on the same floor. So he's still in the burger joint.
Yeah.
So he's gone, my Tyrannomon number 3, which relates back to the Tyrannomon who's now bleeding, or there's noise, or whatever's going on with the Tyrannomon that were hunting their prey. And then we flash back to last year. No, sorry, just until last year, AG like them is wearing the same high school uniform.
Yeah, it is a flashback to last. Until I think is.
Yeah, I see this. It doesn't.
It's meant to be a flashback to when he was a high school student.
Yeah, like I get the intention. Like he went, my Tyrannomon number 3, and everyone looked at him weird, and he looked at the uniforms and then had a flashback to when he used to wear that uniform. Yeah. But the pacing of it is so, like, this is what I'm saying. It reads like it should be a script.
Yeah.
This until last year thing, because of the line breaks.
Yeah.
It's a very distorted.
Next scene flashback.
Yeah.
Like.
So. But then again.
So basically, he's a high school student.
Yeah, and they're
playing on his phone and his Digivice.
Yeah. So hold on. Let me just read this verbatim.
Okay.
Right. We're trying not to do that too much because we don't want this to be an alternative to the official source material. Until I get a proper fan translation. What? Who said that?
Okay, no, it isn't a flash.
No, see that? See, the line breaks are so weird. That until last year, I don't know if that sounds like it's a translation error.
Yeah, I kind of read that as a flashback actually. Now when I'm reading it again, it's really not.
Yeah. Can you hold on? Can you Google translate that line and just see what the other machine translation says? Because it just randomly until last year it's so out of place. Like
it says until last year as well.
Really?
Yeah. Let me bring up the Japanese word. Hello. Oh. Back to Japanese.
Yeah.
Yeah,
just until last year. What?
That doesn't make any sense.
Oh, I get what it's trying to say.
What?
It means up until last year, AG was wearing the same uniform as them.
Should it be one sentence?
It should be one sentence, but it should be was wearing his high school uniform.
I guess.
So until last year, AG, like them, was wearing his high school uniform. They, the students, are chatting amongst themselves, enjoying their days with no goals, no worries about the future, and no real sense of purpose. And then he goes back to his phone and starts playing at his Digivice where...
Yeah, it's written so weird that's hard to understand, because when I read it the second time now, realizing it's not some kind of flashback...
Yeah.
It sounds like he's also a student now.
Yeah.
But they're...
But I'd
No,
say
they don't. They're not freelance hackers. They're just
no.
normal students. They
Well,
don't.
they're just normal students that are looking at him. But I'd say up until last year, he was just a normal student, and then he got pulled into this freelancer
Mm.
hacker stuff. So he's either graduated or a dropout
Mm.
because he's got pulled into this other work.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a weird writing. Um,
We need a translator, not a
uh,
translation.
yeah, basically, yeah. So he goes back to messing. Goes back to swiping on his phone. He touches the Digivice, which is, I presume, the Excel here,
Mm.
and then yeah, on the screen it's a so-called dot image of a deformed dinosaur-like creature. It's a Tyrannomon, and that's the name that's displayed. But again, his Tyrannomon number 3 has an X in its eyes, and then he starts berating himself that because he was looking for a part-time job,
Instead of paying attention to the
instead of paying the attention to it, he blew all, I blew. But and this is again, I was so busy looking for a part-time job that I blew all my money on it.
Yeah.
Is that just like he missed out on his chance for the 100 million?
I guess. Um, I was crazy about looking for a bite, a job, and fluttered by the way. Stupid idiot, fart idiot. That's what it says here.
Okay. So I think we were meant to read that sentence as I don't know if the money in this sentence is meant to be related to the 100 million. Like, I was so busy looking for a part-time job that I blew my chance at that money.
Yeah,
Or
I think
I
that's
w-
mostly what it's meant to say.
or I was so busy looking for a part-time job that I lost track of the yeah.
Yeah.
Oh well, it's the same. It basically says the same thing. Like, he
Yeah.
lost sight of his prey.
Yeah.
So there goes the money. He blew his chance at that
Yeah.
at that level of money. And he starts calling himself an idiot and hitting himself. And then the other two Tyrannomon just look at him, like, and they're very confused. And he's like, "You can do this because I can't afford to lose anymore." He operates the Excel and replaces the down Tyrannomon with another one. So he's just got this army of Tyrannomon,
Yeah.
apparently. Why Tyrannomon?
I don't know.
Like,
where is your doggo?
Yeah, why do you not have Doggo yet? I guess that's gonna be I guess we'll have Doggo by the end of the week.
I hope so.
So like, he tells the Tyrannomon if they can't capture their target, it's no food for them, or if they don't, it's no food for him. The Tyrannomon, the students, because they all seem to think him strange for being excited about the game. So the students are looking at him crazy because he's talking to this device with the V-pets on it.
Yeah.
And then they just give him weird eyebrow looks and shift back into their seats. And then we get the whole, but this isn't a game. It's not a form of play, which is so rough. It's not a form of play is very.
He's not playing, it should say, or
Yeah, it's very direct translation.
Yeah.
Like, it's correct, but it's not.
Yeah.
Correct.
That's the problem. It takes you out of it because you're like, what?
Yeah. It doesn't flow very well.
Yeah.
The writing, because it's machine translated, it doesn't flow very well. And then as you say, it takes you out of it because your immersion is gone because you're like, wait, what did I just read?
Yeah, because it is this. It doesn't go, it's this happening and that. It's this. It is a.
Yeah. So we learned that AG is a code cracker, although we learned that a few sentences back, I suppose.
Yeah.
And then it tells us what a code cracker is. A hacker is a person who possesses outstanding computer-related skills. Code crackers are hackers who are willing to engage in illegal and gray area activities. So he reassigns the capture target and reassigns the target to Madoki Betamon. So this is what I meant earlier with the black Agumon. They're saying if it's an Agumon but it's black, it's no longer an Agumon.
Yeah.
But Madoki Betamon is just a different colored Betamon.
Oh. I thought that was a word that didn't translate.
No, no, no. Look, hold on. Time for some mansplaining.
Yeah.
You've seen him on some of the cards. Um, so he's just a green Betamon.
Yeah.
Like, well, a different kind of green Betamon.
He's not even that different that I probably didn't notice him all along.
Yeah, so the dark green one is just regular Betamon, and then this lemony green
Yeah.
is Madoki Betamon.
Yeah, he's just a lighter color, yeah.
Yeah. He's lit, like as you said, it's a shiny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They always make shinies like nasty snot color, so there you go.
Yeah, calling out Gen 1 there.
Yeah.
There's an awful lot of like awful snot green Pokemon when they get their shinies.
Yeah.
So then you'll pay for underestimating Eiji Nagasumi, aka Cracker Fang.
Cracker Fang. Please tell me you didn't name himself
I
that.
know.
Should you give yourself that nickname because it's awful?
This reeks of it sounded cool in another language. Like, look, every creative medium does it. They'll pick a phrase that sounds awesome in Japanese or Hindi or Spanish or Italian.
Yeah.
But if you were to ask a native to look at that sentence, they'd go, haha, no.
Yeah.
So every medium does it, and this is just another instance of
Cracker Fang.
Cracker Fang. Oh, no. No. Like I get you want to put his job in, and then the Fang is obviously going to be because he uses
T-Rexes,
dinosaurs and T-Rexes, like Hacker Rex would have been a better name. It'd have been just as funny, but at least it would have made sense. Or Cracker Rex.
Cracker just
No, well, I mean, yeah. I get that. Like, Polly want a cracker?
not even
no, I know.
No.
I'm just trying to not go down that avenue. But
I know certain people in the chat are going to be laughing their heads off at that because they were laughing their heads off at it before when it was used. So
it's like when we were playing Digimon World Dawn, and the two teams in Digimon World Dawn, it was like was it the Light Fang and the Light Fang and the something Crow, but like one of them is definitely a mistranslation. Teams, I guess. Wait, hold on. Actually, I'll go the other way. Yes, we had
Light Fang
the
and
Night Claw. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, no, Night Claw is the correct one.
Mm.
But in the English translation of the game, it was like the Night Crow or something.
Ah.
So it just came out really weird.
Yeah.
So come on, there has to be a link there for the Night Nightclaw.
Crow.
Yeah. Night Crow. And
yeah,
okay.
mistranslated in the English version as Night Crow.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's what that reeks of.
Yeah.
As well. Yeah. But again, it's just all these things I just sort of take you out of the immersion. It's just like, wait, what?
Yeah.
So where's the novel gone? So he, executes his command, and the Tyrannomon on the LCD screen disappear. The AI will capture the prey as specified by the tool, and then after downing his drink, he begins to read social media again.
Yeah.
And that's
just
where
goes back to scrolling.
Yeah, he just goes back, and that's where it ends. And it's It's a fine introduction.
Yeah, but it really, like you said, it reads as a script.
Yeah, I really do think this was pitched first as a web series, and then they went between the CG animation, the live action actors, the dubbing, the translations. It's just not feasible that way.
Yeah.
So they probably have a few of these. They probably had a few of these scripts written
Mm.
and just went, okay, we'll make it a novel, a light novel series. And
It doesn't feel like they've made much effort to novelize it
no,
out of scripts, you know?
no, I think they've just taken the enter scene bits out of it, and what we
Yeah.
got is the leftovers.
Yeah.
I do wonder. I know we were kind of talking about this off screen, but I do kind of wonder if they're all going to be this length, or is this for like the first week, like you were saying, and then
Yeah,
maybe
maybe.
when it goes weekly, the chapters will get longer.
Yeah, like they'll be. Like, this doesn't read like a chapter, it's just one scene.
Yeah, of an
Basically.
introduction, like yeah.
Yeah.
Is
So
that
I'm
why it's
wondering.
chapter 1-1? Is it because it's
Yeah, so the rest of the chapters this week will just be parts of that chapter.
yeah,
And then when it goes weekly, they'll be longer and they'll all just be chapter 2, 3, 4, I think.
yeah?
That's what it seems like to me.
I kind of hope so.
Yeah, because this is ridiculously short.
Yeah. And like for 90% of like this, like I said, as I said, we're not going to be doing read throughs because, if certain scenes come up that I would like to tackle,
Mm.
just because of the VTubing thing, and just for like voice crafting and such,
Yeah.
there might be certain scenes that I do, but I don't know if this is even. I don't want to say worth, because I know a few creators are doing read throughs of it, and
Yeah.
power to them. More power to them. There's no right or wrong way to tackle this. I just don't feel.
I feel like copyright may come for them because that's what happens if I was to read a book that's not in the public domain
Yeah.
on YouTube, I can get hit for that
Yeah.
because that's not my property to record.
Yeah.
And it's happened to people as well. People were doing like audiobook series and just for like ASMR, like to fall asleep to or whatever, and they got hit because those books were copyrighted.
Yeah.
You can't just record it yourself. So
No.
I'd be worried about that because this is like it's not even old, like it's brand new.
Yeah. I think there's a fair use will be when we're just reading one or two lines for context.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm not.
And even then, with reading those, we're reading another translation of it. We're not reading the original of it. We're reading two different translations to try to figure out what it says. Yeah. So I don't think that counts under copyright.
No, I know. No, as I say, fair use. I think
Yeah.
fair use will have our back there, but
Like if we straight up read the chapter in Japanese, just like Gammon's voice actress, then
oh yeah,
then we'd be really infringing on it.
yeah, and I think that's sort of the line I want to tiptoe with this, because I'm already in the bad books as it is, and part of me doesn't care, but part of me also doesn't want a lawsuit.
Yeah. Like it could never happen, but there's always a chance it could happen. Like
Yeah.
they hit your old videos when Next Order was coming out.
Oh yeah,
Just like I know they were on a YouTube like claims or whatever,
Yeah.
but still their property. The
yeah.
fact that they went back to your years old videos.
Oh yeah, they just claimed everything with like Next Order footage, so like
Yeah.
every
Everything got hit,
every Digimon content creator got hit for that.
Yeah.
But and I know the internet doesn't like to hear this, but it's their property. They can do that. They're under no obligation to let you make money off anything.
Yeah.
And I've kind of developed,
especially with a Japanese company.
no,
They have different copyright laws.
yeah, and I got used to that. I don't want to say the hard way, but I learned to start accepting that more and more with how protective Nintendo is about everything.
Yeah.
Because Sega is a company where they're just like, yeah, fuck it, go nuts. Right? Where Nintendo will be like, no, don't even think of taking our sprites from 10 years ago that we're not using and making money on and doing your own project.
Yeah.
Don't even think about it. Where Sega's like, oh, here, have these sprites we made yesterday.
Yeah.
There's differing elements of it, but I feel like a lot of Sega's, it's not glad-handedness, but I feel like a lot of Sega's goodwill toward the fandom is coming from Sega of America. They're having a lot more influence over Sega of Japan.
Yeah.
And going, no, this is fine. Look, this is how you keep people on side.
Yeah.
Where
Whereas
Nintendo of America doesn't. It isn't. It's not.
It's the opposite way around.
It's the opposite way around.
Japan
like
controls.
Japan controls
Yeah.
they are just a marketing branch for Nintendo of
Yeah.
Japan. They're not, you know, they're a marketing branch and translating house. You know,
Yeah.
it's you know, so I've grown up with, you know, just Nintendo coming down on everything, that I just look at Japanese copyright so not hesitantly, but I look at it with a much keener eye than I look at American or European copyright.
Yeah.
Because we have concepts of fair use, we have concepts of
You
transformative
can
work.
argue with them if you have to.
Yeah, we have concepts of transformative work. And the only way I could, in conscience, do a read through of Seekers is if I had a cast to work with.
Yeah.
Because then it's a dramatization.
Yeah.
Then it's a transformation of the story into, but they're doing that with Gamamon's VA.
Yeah.
So that's where that line is, where they're like, well, no, we have somebody doing that. Yeah, but you don't have it in English. Yeah, but what if we, but it's, you're still not allowed. But why? Because look at the little text there.
Yeah.
You know, this is protected work. Oh, okay, I guess you're right. Like, Project Mouthwash. They were doing their Digimon Abridged series that they've never gotten to finish because Toei and Bandai just kept going no. You know, Konami basically just had to bite the bullet on Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged and accept that they were never going to get rid of it.
Yeah.
But Toei and Bandai, they came down on Digimon Abridged so hard that they just went, we'll do the rest of it, but we're going to keep it on Patreon.
Yeah.
I'm surprised it's never leaked out. Because I know they hit their goals to do Try 5 and 6.
Yeah.
But I don't know if they've been recorded or published, but if they have, they've never leaked out of Patreon.
Yeah.
That's why, yeah. So it's just one of those things where I'm like power to content creators who are going to read the chapters daily, or maybe they will, maybe they'll assemble a cast, maybe they'll all come together like Voltron, and you know, one creator will be Ag, another creator will be Leon, another creator will
someone else can be the narrator.
Yeah.
Because if it does read like a script, then that'll work. I suppose.
Oh yeah. Most of the work's been done for you. You know, power to them, but it's just not. It's not a water I want to dip my toes into.
Yeah. Already talk enough shit about them.
Yeah.
I steal their work either.
No. Yeah, they already don't like me. So, the less said about that, the better. I still love you guys, though. Don't worry. Even if it's one-way traffic, it's. I understand. I hurt your fifis. I know. I know.
But yeah, that's kind of it, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not like I didn't show off the Tyrannomon art. Hold on, let me just pop this work of AG back up. It's not even the like I get like half the chapter is him in the burger joint, so I get. And then these are the Tyrannomon in the subway.
Yeah, and the train going past.
Yeah.
And that one in the back is like, what the hell is that?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so it's going, watching it go by, and the Vermilion writing will be on the side or whatever.
They're all drooly.
Yeah, it's very survive art.
Yeah, it is.
It like I do like that about it. The artwork really does remind me of Digimon Survive. So like this is great. This art with Tyrannomon is just, as you said, like he's all drooly and snarly and like.
Is he normally so buff?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. I do. I enjoy him quite a bit. I do enjoy Tyrannomon.
Because he's buff?
No, because he's a T-Rex that breathes fire. He's a T-Rex that breathes fire. What else do you want out of me? I'm
sorry, chat's not here to antagonize you.
No, so. I suppose not. But yeah, no, it's.
But if you're here watching on a premiere or something, feel free.
I should have just done this by myself.
Bad.
Boo. Boo. Hiss. Boo.
You wanted a co-host? You got a co-host.
Boo. I changed my mind. But yeah, no, I do. I really love this art. And like, they're all like, what I do like about this as well is they didn't just draw one and copy paste it. Like these
Oh yeah,
three,
they all look different.
yeah, they all look distinct. Like this one's attacking. This one's all inquisitive, and as you say, this one's just like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah.
Looking at the train go by. So they've all got these distinct, different personalities and looks to them,
Yeah.
which is super fun. Um. So like the the only thing that we could really, the only thing left to really talk about is the trailer for this.
Yeah.
It's it's very well put together. I do like that they use the brick digivices.
Mm.
I want that one in the trailer that has like all the like the warning signs all over it.
Mm.
It just looks like a Ghostbusters trap,
Yeah.
but as a digivice. And then we see the Black Agumon.
Yeah.
Like he was in the original trailer as well, but we see him
Yeah.
getting sucked into this portal thing.
Yeah.
And then we see Lugamon's evolution for like a split second. Lugarmon.
Lugarmon, yeah.
Yeah, he looks cool. Like he's just fluffy and feathery and
They added him to the reference book, didn't
they
they?
did, yeah. So we have like official art of Lugarmon, so we'll show that off very quick. Yami is going to hate this because I thought this would have been just a 10-minute or maybe half an hour just to sort of recap it, but
Yeah.
we tangent.
Well, we're opening up into a new world, so we have theories and stuff.
Yeah, I guess, yeah. So let me just grab this Lugarmon art. He's so badass looking. I can't wait for him to stand up on two legs when he evolves again.
No, it's not allowed. Stop wishing that into the world.
I'm not. I don't want him to, but I know what this company is like. There he is. So Lugamon turns into this. I love his muzzle. Like his muzzle has this sort of knight's armor look to it.
Yeah, it does.
Which I hope is sort of indicative of where they'll go with the design.
I love the little ear piercing.
Yeah.
And he's got the worker room on bands.
The
belts.
The belts, yeah, and then the bandages around his paws, like. So yeah, I really dig it.
That one on the back, I take it as his tail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's so just
He's like
spiky and feathery.
I was gonna say he's like a peacock that's been, when a peacock like puts up all the feathers and starts coming towards you.
Yeah.
Or like that dinosaur in Jurassic Park where all the gills come out, or the frills or whatever.
Yeah, the Dilapha. Yeah.
Yeah.
That one. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I like that we got to see Cargomon in 3D.
Yeah, that was fun.
We
were right about the weird bones on his side, like the ribs.
Yeah,
being a door.
they just open up and all these Commandramon just jump out. And then,
so he doesn't have anything. He doesn't have any internal organs, apparently.
No, he's just a helicopter.
A helicopter with a face.
Yeah.
And a knife chin.
Well, honestly, God, like one of my favorite parts of that trailer is all the SPmon going, "Oh no, Digimon police!" and turning invisible.
Yeah.
The jig is up. Ooh.
Yeah, the fact that they have a pile of SPmon in it is interesting as well.
Yeah, but when the Vital Bracelet first came out, we start getting all those like trailers with the kids who'd be raising their Digimon and then go into battle. And then they brought SPmon in for one of those.
Oh, that weird 3D SPmon.
Yeah. So they
look better than that anyway.
Oh yeah, he's definitely been refined since then.
Yeah.
But like they had the assets for it already, so you might as well throw them in. It does make me wonder if we'll see like the Ghost Game trio, like just as background Digimon in this.
Maybe, yeah.
Because they have the assets for Gamamon, Jellymon, and Angoramon at the very least.
Yeah.
Although 3D Jellymon kind of terrifies me. She doesn't look like she should be in 3D.
She'd look like 3D Tentacruel.
Yeah, Angoramon was fine in 3D, but the other one not so much. The Jellymon not so much. Well, I'm not gonna play the thing, but it should just be on the channel. Digimon Project TV. Oh. Yeah, that one.
Mute the audio.
Yeah. Or is that just? Or is that just Gamamon? Goramon and Jellymon were in that one. Maybe they're in the one before it.
Maybe they're in the bit where they start.
Oh, there's Angle.
There
Yeah.
he is. Yeah. Oh, there she is.
Yeah, she doesn't look right in 3D.
She looks like she's made out of candy. Do you get that?
Like Angoramon looks fine. There we go. Like they look like they're in a video game.
Yeah.
Like a PS3 video game.
And Gabumon looks really. I was gonna say bring that up on the screen just as a screenshot.
Oh.
They look a bit. Looks really skinny. Like his head is all pulled back.
Yeah. But yeah, like it's a good trailer. Cargo Dramon's great. Leon is super CG for like the split second we see him.
He doesn't look like a real person at all. And I know he's meant to be digitized or whatever, because Digital World or whatever their version of that is, but
like the other actors in the trailer, like they do have this sort of filter on them.
But they look like real people.
But you can tell they're real people. Leon is just like it's a completely CG face.
It really does look like that.
Yeah, so maybe his actor just wasn't ready because he's not going to be needed for. Because presuming every chapter gets a CG video.
It could be that it was a still image and it just looks weird because there wasn't an actual model for it or something.
Maybe.
I don't know. Just look weird to me.
Yeah. What was I saying? Like apparently every one of these chapters is going to get one of these little videos, which is an incredible amount of budget to dedicate to
it is
a novelization.
They could have just made the show. Made a little mini show.
Yeah.
Like how much was it going to cost to animate those Tyrannomon running down a tunnel and then fighting something in the shadows and then have him sit in a cafe.
Yeah, like it's like they're making Seekers merch. We have it ordered.
Yeah.
You know, so they would.
It seems really an odd choice to make really what look like expensive trailers to go with a web novel.
Yeah,
it just seems weird.
It's I guess with the novel, like with a web series, maybe it's just tougher. Like, but that's the thing we were saying earlier. The trailers are they're English dubbed with Japanese subtitles, and Chinese subtitles. So maybe it just came down to that. It's like, here, look, we can't pay English actors to do, 20 hours of work. It's easier to just do snippets.
Yeah.
Like the website also has a section on it for fan art.
Yeah.
And there's a whole thing of like the fan base will not control the look of Seekers, but their imagination will bring out more of the world, and like so it really sounds like they're just trying to get free fan art for their underfunded project.
Yeah,
but we know a couple of Digimon artists, and I'd say go for it. Like
definitely
get the powers that be to see your work, and hopefully maybe you get to design cards later, or you get brought on for other projects. So definitely, if you've the means to do it, go for it. But yeah, no, the Seekers website is like there is a
and that girl was sitting on top of a Numamon.
Oh yeah, she was. She rode into battle on a fucking Numamon. That was weird.
That was so weird. Is she holding on to its eye stalks? Like what? He clearly doesn't have like handles. Hey, it's that guy they took out of the picture.
Yeah, he has purple dreads.
Yeah,
that's an interesting choice. Also, Chris Redfield.
Yeah, he's also wearing a purple jacket.
Yeah, and there's
Judgment Day.
Chris Redfield, leader of the Judgment Day. There's my grim. Okay, no, there's a screenshot floating around Twitter. I'll put it in Discord or something. But yeah, they are looking for fans to contribute and expand the world of Seekers through their imagination.
I mean, it's not fully written yet, or
I don't know. I guess like if all we're getting is like two little two little image stills, like not that. Like, if we're just getting 2 of these per chapter, there's probably not a whole lot to flesh out. So
Yeah.
letting the fandom sort of do that for them, it's a good marketing move.
Yeah, like if someone takes it upon themselves to draw this whole series, and they could just end up hiring them to do the manga for it.
And that's, yeah, a manga for this would be fun. Because I really enjoy the concept, and I wish a lot more effort went into the translation of it.
Mm.
But yeah, rather than just throwing it into machine translation and going, yeah, good enough.
Mm.
So a manga for this would be,
Yeah, if you're gonna machine translate something, you don't advertise that it's gonna be translated to English.
no,
That's not how that
no,
works.
that's no,
We can do that
no,
ourselves.
yeah, no, I do feel kind of let down by that.
Yeah.
Admittedly, I do feel let down that they made such a big deal that, oh, it'll be in English and it'll be in simplified Chinese, and they're technically not wrong,
Mm.
but they shouldn't be as proud of that as they're coming off when they promote it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's
It's like when they go, "Hey, we're having a global Digimon con," and then don't translate half of it.
yeah. Or the and the subtitles that are on screen aren't covering half of what's happening in the interview.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah. So I don't know why we expect anything more.
no. It's because it's a smaller scale project. Maybe you'd feel like the effort would be there. But yeah, I don't even know if we should do our regular ratings and for this. Because I don't know yet because it hasn't picked up. But at the same time, I don't want to get 20 chapters in and be like, so out of 5, how do you feel? Where's this going now?
Yeah, I feel like for this week, because it's chapter 1.
Yeah.
Once we get to the end of chapter 1, maybe we do a rating on the chapter. But
Okay.
as of today, like, how can you pick a favorite character out of today's? It's a paragraph. Like,
Yeah. Tyrannomon, I guess.
Yeah, like it's either Tyrannomon or AG or the high school students. Like it's
the students that laughed at him. Yeah.
Yeah. That's it. Like you don't get.
Look at this loser looking for a job. Yeah. So yeah, maybe we'll come back. Maybe we'll come back to that at the end of next week, because
yeah, if it does turn out to be chapter 1, part 2, part 3, then
yeah,
which also is something else they lied about.
oh yeah.
Chapter a day, no, part of a chapter a day.
Yeah,
not the same.
Not the same thing. I do like Gamamon's voice actress reading the Japanese version.
That was nice, and she uses a lot of English, so you can kind of keep up with it.
Yeah. And then like her Gulus and her Wizengamamon voices slip out on occasion, so I'm like, oh, there it is. Yeah, okay, I know. Yeah,
because she tries to put on voices for the characters when
they're
talking. So.
which is what you should do with something like this, like an audiobook.
Yeah. I love listening to David Tennant doing the Doctor Who ones because he puts on like Rose's voice and Jackie's voice, and it's really good.
Brilliant.
Whereas other people will just read it and say the voice lines in their own voice instead of even trying to sound like a woman or something,
Yeah.
So yeah.
So I think we'll finish up there then, will we?
Yeah.
So overall,
18, how did we manage that?
I don't know, but overall, an interesting start to Digimon Seekers. I'm curious to see where it goes.
Yeah, I can't say that I like it or dislike it at this stage.
Yeah,
because there's nothing
we've
to go
read,
on.
We've read 4 paragraphs. It's
not even. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a lot to go on in terms of. I still like the overall idea and concept behind Seekers, but I can't really say much about the execution from a lore building perspective. I can certainly say a lot about the execution from a publication standard. And that's probably where a lot of this hour and 20 has gone.
Yeah, because like once we start tomorrow, we'll know there's going to be weird translations. We know what to expect in that respect, so we won't be really nattering on about that.
No, this is basically just take today as a heads up for what's to come. Hopefully they sort that out. I don't have a lot of faith in that, but hopefully.
Enough complaints might help.
Yeah. But so with that, we bid you all adieu. My name has been AJ. This has been Miss Meg Mon.
Hey.
And this has been episode 1 of the Code Crown Podcast Mini. See you all soon. Much love. Take care. And bye.